car. If
That's fine with me.
Okay, let's do it. Come out. Put your hands behind your back.
And there's nothing you can do about it. Give me your name and badge number. Get back. Stop that music. I'm in a public place. I can film whatever I can see. Photography is not a crime. Photography is not a crime. Photography is not a crime.
Welcome to the John Ligato Show. I'm John Ligato.
Hey, sir, how's it going?
Pretty good, brother. How you doing?
Good, how are you? Hey, I'm Officer Glendora Police Department. The reason I pulled you over is that there's no stopping anytime here.
There's no sign.
All auditors are victims. There's no signs. So our first question we'll ask is, are there any signs?
There's a sign right there, and there's a sign
Sign where?
right behind on the other side of Vermont.
On the other side?
Yeah.
So there's not one on this side.
There's a sign right there, right in front of Glendora.
But there's nothing here saying no parking.
From that sign to that sign, it says no stopping.
There's no sign. I can't see it by a tree.
There's a sign right there, sir.
Where?
Do you have your license, registration, proof of insurance?
Why?
Because I need to properly identify you.
You're not identifying me.
I am identifying you.
You're not going to identify me.
I'm going to identify you.
No, you're not.
Can you lower your passenger window?
Nope. You can call Kodavik and he'll know who I am.
We all know someone, a cop we went to school with or a corrections officer who lives down the street. But auditors actually believe that they are celebrities because they appear on YouTube. But they are trained seals and alligators with more subscribers than particularly this auditor.
You can call Kodavik and he'll know who I am.
Sir, can I have your ID, please?
No, sir.
No? Why not?
There's no reason to.
I'm properly detaining you.
For what?
You're not allowed to...
There's no parking signs. Can I get out and look?
No, you cannot.
Why?
Because there's a sign right there and a sign right there.
There's no...
Can anyone simply refuse to ID during a valid traffic stop where an officer provides his identification and the reason for the stop?
Here's what you're allowed to do on every traffic stop you make. This is constitutionally permitted action. You're allowed to stop a vehicle, walk up to the vehicle, collect documentation. You can then review the documentation. You can talk to them about certain things because there's constitutionally protected conversations. So this is how it begins. You can, on every traffic stop, ask about departure, destination, and purpose of trip.
You guys were parked here, which I got you on film, with no emergencies on.
That's fine.
So why is that fine?
I was consensually contacting somebody.
But you didn't have emergencies on, so it's not a consensual contact. You have to have emergencies on if you're doing due diligence in your job.
I got a question. Has anyone ever seen stationary patrol cars with their lights on while they're set up for speeders, speed traps? I mean, it would really defeat the purpose, especially nowadays, where many police departments enforce traffic violations with sports cars, SUVs, or even unmarked vehicles. But I'm very curious why this auditor believes he knows the law.
I know that because I've got 70 years of law enforcement, and one of them's a fallen officer in my family.
Okay.
So I know it.
Okay. So then you know that you need to properly identify yourself.
Not if I haven't done anything wrong.
You are doing something currently wrong right now as we speak.
Well, the auditor is breaking the law. 1, refusal to ID, and 2, he stopped on a no-stopping street. Refusal to ID yourself during a legitimate traffic stop is a crime. And it's up to the courts to determine if it was lawful or not.
You are doing something currently wrong right now as we speak.
No, I'm not.
There's a no stopping anywhere sign.
There is no stopping sign with invisibility. So give me your supervisor. Let me have your supervisor.
I'm not getting my supervisor.
Give me your supervisor now.
I'm not getting my
I'm not doing this. Give me your supervisor. I'm holding you guys accountable, and you guys want to do turn around and try to mess with me. So nope. Get your supervisor. I'm not saying another word. Fifth Amendment, Fourth Amendment, First Amendment, 14th Amendment, 8th Amendment, 242, 241, 1983.
Street! Dre! Red Polly! Blue poncho! Monday!
Fifth Amendment, Fourth Amendment, First Amendment, 14th Amendment, 8th Amendment, 242, 241, 1983.
Auditors often play verbal Sudoku when they want to impress the cops, but it's all BS. This guy just tossed in the 14th Amendment. Does it apply?
So first you want to group the 14th Amendment with the Reconstruction Amendments. That means it was passed following the Civil War. So here we go, 14th Amendment, Section 1. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state where they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States. Nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law.
Now, the 14th Amendment, reading this, is obviously a very broad statement, and I think what the auditor is referring to is, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. A traffic stop provides any citizen a lot of due process. They can appeal the infraction to a magistrate, and if they don't like that decision, they can appeal it to a judge. They can appeal that decision to another judge, and they could eventually sue in civil court. Now, that's a lot of due process.
First Amendment, 14th Amendment, 8th Amendment, 242, 241, 1983.
Okay. I'm not trying to mess with you, sir.
Hey, all I'm doing was watching to make sure you guys weren't doing anything to that homeless lady. That's all I was doing. If you guys don't want to be held accountable...
Nothing's wrong with that, but you got to park your vehicle legally.
But there's nothing here saying no parking.
There's a sign up there, and you're blocking the roadway, clearly.
You guys were too, and you guys didn't have emergency lights on.
We have a legal right to
No, not without emergency lights. If you're performing your duty, then you have to have emergency lights on.
I'm not here to argue with you. The officer asked for your registration.
I'm not giving it. I'm not giving it. Get your supervisor. Get your supervisor.
I'm his direct supervisor.
I don't get your supervisor. I've got 70 years. I got 70 years of law enforcement in my life. My mom, my dad, my stepmom's a fallen officer. I know exactly what I'm doing.
I'm sorry to hear that. Like I told you, sir. My condolences. I'm extremely sorry for the loss of...
I'm not worried about that. You don't have to be sorry. It happened a lot of years ago, and I didn't say that sorry. Thank you very much for saying sorry. Okay. But I am not giving my ID up because I was sitting here making sure you guys were not messing around with the homeless lady. There's no parking signs right here. There's nothing visible. You have to have it visible. That's state law that you have to have signs visible by the state. If there's being covered by trees, that's on the city to remove them from the signs so people like myself pull over.
And it's your responsibility not to block the roadway either.
I'm not blocking the roadway. There's nothing here that says no parking. You guys were parked here at the same time with no emergency lights on. If you guys are doing your duty, you have to have your emergency lights on. You parked here with no lights on. So why can't I park here?
Sir, this gentleman needs your license.
It's not happening. Not happening. Give me your supervisor.
We're gonna pull you out of the car. If
That's fine with me.
Okay, let's do it. Come out. Put your hands behind your back. You could just leave all that in the car.
You're not gonna stop me from fucking
Well, we're gonna
right there.
We're gonna put you in handcuffs. So we're gonna take this out of your hand now.
Drop it. Why?
Put your hands behind your back.
You can get my ID right there.
Handcuffs and tasers generally modify temper tantrums. Once the cuffs went on, our legal scholar wanted to give up his ID.
You can get my ID right there.
Okay.
I want your supervisor.
I told you I'm here.
Haven't done nothing wrong.
When I asked you for your ID,
I haven't done anything wrong.
I told you.
Dude, you guys were parked here too. That's all I was doing is you guys were parked here too. I was just watching you guys. My wallet's right there.
Yeah, I could practically guarantee you that if this auditor simply handed his license over when asked, made his case in a calm manner that trees blocked the sign, he would not be in handcuffs. He probably wouldn't have even got a ticket, probably a warning. Now that's my take on it. What's yours? John Ligato Show is being brought to you from right outside the gates of Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune in beautiful North Carolina. Hit all those buttons. I'd appreciate it. Semper Fidelis.